We are live.
Hey,
We are
Hi,
it's
everyone.
us.
Hey, we're back.
We're
We're
back
back.
with Zach. We're back with Zach.
We're back. We're back.
It has been a while, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you have to be our first guest
I know.
because so many new and great things are happening to you.
I know. I know.
Congratulations on all of your successes.
Thank you.
Why
Yeah,
don't you
it's
just
been a lot.
list them all?
Why don't you list
I
your
mean, it is
success?
only an hour show, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, there's been a lot going on. I've been busy, that's for sure. So,
Like
Yeah.
doing what? Busy
well,
doing what?
I just graduated film school, so there's
Yay!
that.
I can't wait to start seeing stuff and tell my friends I know that cat.
I mean, so many investigations since the last time I was on your show.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think it was like season 5 or 6 of your show. Season 10
we're
now,
on
right?
10. Yep.
Yeah.
Season
God, has it
So
been
it's,
that many?
Yes.
Damn, time flies.
People do still watch.
But yeah.
Oh, I'm just
So
trying to get it up
you've
on-
been everywhere. Are you ever home?
Not often. Not often. Not often. No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
So okay, so you've been going like every flipping where, and you graduated, and then don't you have something else going on?
Yeah. We have a pretty large documentary coming out on YouTube. It's the largest we've ever done. So
Sweet.
really excited.
Woo-wee!
Um,
Yeah, you know I'm gonna ride your coattails, baby.
yeah. This is
Sure am.
this is a huge deal. It's about the old Joliet prison, right in my hometown. I live like 10-15 minutes away from it, and
Oh, sort of, really?
yeah, this place it has my heart. I mean, I used to drive by it when I was a kid all the time, and
That's like our Eloise.
yep, exactly,
Eloise, yeah.
yep. So like obviously when you guys used to drive past Eloise, it was abandoned probably, right? So just sitting there.
Well,
That's how Joliet
I'm
was.
older, so no, it wasn't.
That's how Joliet was for me. It was just abandoned. It was sitting there, and they finally started doing the tours and stuff, and yeah. So last year is when we started filming this, and I finally felt like it was time, and we were ready to go and start filming this because I was like, they offer these tours. We did an investigation there one time just to kind of get a feel for it. I realized that this place is one of the most haunted places I've ever been to, and I'm like,
Wow.
I want to make a full-fledged documentary about this. Like, I want it to be a full thing, like not just some
Right.
episode that we put out. So it was really important to me, as it being in my hometown, that we make this happen and we do it properly. And because I work across the street at the haunted attraction that they have, I also got access to that side too, which has never been investigated before. So we were the first.
Cool.
And that side of the prison was actually the women's side when they built it. So that was the women's prison.
Was it part of the prison?
Yeah. So there's a road that divides the two sides. The main side was for the men, and then they built the side for the women. And the women's side is where the haunted house is.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it was built in the 1890s. That side was. And
So
so funny. It was built in the 1890s, and yeah, it was women's for a long time, and then they moved the women down south 2 hours or so, and converted it to be also for men. It was like the mentally ill and sex offenders in there. So yeah, and we were the first to investigate that side. It's really cool. So
how was it?
I would say that it was just as active, if not even more active than the main side.
Okay.
Really? Now you
Yeah.
worked at that attraction for many years, correct?
I have been working there for 3 years. The other one I was working at, I ended up
Okay.
leaving.
So did you, when you were there, did you notice things then
Yeah,
that,
yeah. Um,
yeah?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, you kind of the first couple nights I was kind of paying attention as I was acting because I was just an actor at first there 3 years ago, and you kind of notice things, kind of things starting to happen, and it's tough though because you have all the lights and the effects and stuff, and you
The
can't really
noise
tell.
and-
Um, and then I found out like the next year that there's a cell that the actors do not like being in when they're acting
Oh.
because it's a pop scare cell. So there's like multiple cells that you walk past as a customer, and actors will choose one of the cells to go into. There was one cell in particular that they said, we don't like going in there. We get touched, we get pulled on, we feel something like something standing behind us. And I was like, what cell is that? They pointed it out, and I went in there. I was acting in there. I was able to roam around that at that point. So I would hop in that cell and I would scare customers and investigate at the same time. So I would just be like kind of like while I'm waiting for a group to come, I'll be like if you're here with me right now, like can you pull my strap and my straight jacket? Like pull the strap, you know, just pull it. And like I would feel like a pressure like on my back. And it's like, oh maybe not. I don't know. But it did feel like there was something in there for sure. And I would go in the other cells and there would be like nothing, but that one cell,
Yeah.
that's the one that there's something in for sure. And it's weird because that side of the prison, that portion that the haunted house is specifically in, was an addition from that 1890s building that was built in the 2000s. And the prison shut down in 2002. So it was only open for 2 years. Now, stuff can still happen within 2 years. I mean, it's a prison, you know.
Sure.
So it's very interesting. So
Yeah. But maybe, who knows? Who know? How did they, when the death penalty was there, how did they do it there?
electric chair. Oh,
Okay.
they had a couple of different things. They did do, I think when it opened, because it opened in the 1850s, they did firing squad first, and
Could
then
that have been maybe over that way?
maybe it's possible for sure. And then they did electric chair and then lethal injection towards the end there.
Wow.
So when does this documentary air?
So
Yeah.
Project Limestone will be coming out on October 17th. So
Just in time for Halloween.
that's right.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be on YouTube.
Yes, it'll be on
And
YouTube.
it's called, what is it called?
Project Limestone.
Project Limestone. I love it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, the whole building,
So,
all the structures there, well, mostly all of them are built out of limestone, and the quarry is right behind our building.
oh, okay.
So the prisoners would actually go into the quarry and mine the limestone, bring it up, and start building the walls around themselves.
Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? Oh my God, talk about stuff being in there then.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're building your own.
Well, is it
That's-
limestone itself said to be energy driven?
Yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
conductor for paranormal activity. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
crazy.
perfect.
You had to build
You
your
got
walls.
all the bells and whistles to create that perfect environment.
that's right. And the quarry that's behind us is now filled with water too. So it's
Ah,
like a
okay.
giant lake. So you got water there. I believe it's on a ley line. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong, but we got railroad tracks that go through there connecting to different places. It's just full of energy.
Maybe you can answer this for us. What is supposed to be the connection with railroad tracks and the paranormal? Like,
Well, I
what
guess,
does that do?
So I'm not like fully educated on that aspect of things, but I guess it's something with the iron in the tracks or whatever.
Okay, because we had an experience at a place that railroad tracks were right behind the building.
Yeah.
And well, a couple times. Bobby Mackey's the same way. Yeah.
Mhm.
And oh, so what did you think of Bobby Mackey's?
I don't think it's demonic. that's for sure. I don't think that there's anything demonic there. I think whatever is there, it's very residual, but there might be some intelligence there, and whatever that intelligence is has a mistaken identity. I think a lot of people kind of say, "Oh, this guy's evil," and then it's like, all right, well then I'm evil. I'm going to be a bad guy. I don't think that it's
Right.
demonic. I just think that it has a misidentity going on there, and it's like you kind of
Well, I
speak it into existence.
right, right. Because yeah, I didn't think demonic. I thought, especially they talked about the well and stuff. I didn't see anything crazy there. I didn't feel
Actually, that
anything.
was in the well area was probably I'll say the most peaceful and the saddest area that we investigated in that building, because it was
I
very
think you're right.
like the stuff that was coming through was almost sad. Like it was like responding and talking to us, and it was like almost like it was trapped there, and it's like I don't want to be here anymore. So it's kind of sad. So
Right, right. No, we had more activity upstairs in the bar,
really,
and we
yeah,
had a lot of.
it when we went downstairs, it so much.
Wow. Yeah, we had a lot going on in the bar. Or was that just us, you guys? I don't know. We had a lot going on Friday and Saturday.
We introduced ourselves to the spirits with spirits on Friday, and then Saturday we did our business.
Yeah. Well, because on Friday we went and we talked to the customers that were there to see,
The staff.
and we drank beer or two, of course, but to talk to people and see if they had experiences and what they experienced. And it was actually kind of cool because I couldn't believe how many people just do.
They ran to us with their photos and their.
I swear to God, yes, they did.
That's awesome. I kind of wish I would have done that, because that sounds like it would have made the experience even 10 times more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did. We got a feel of it with people and stuff. They even danced and stuff. They danced, and we had a good time. We did karaoke, and
Destroyed karaoke.
Oh, they have karaoke there.
well, they
Well,
did until the
well,
band started.
On that stage, yeah. They do like an hour or so of it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I know they're
Yeah.
tearing it down now, which is kind of.
Yeah,
I was like, we got it just at the nick of time, because like I think it was like a month after we did the investigation, they announced they were demolishing it, and I'm like, all right, well, got it just
because
in
we
time.
heard it when we were there. Somebody told us that.
Really?
I forgot who told us.
I don't know if we're supposed to say
Guys that came in the parking lot. We met
Oh
the
yes,
the very first one. Yeah.
walking in and he said, "Oh, we're said, take a lot of them because
whether to believe it or not,
Yeah, but didn't they did say they were keeping the well and going to build
Yeah, that's
a
what the
viewing area around the well, and they're going to have that in the new
basement.
building.
They're gonna
Right.
That'll be interesting. Hopefully, they keep the structure around
now it
the
makes me
well as well, like the house that was there, because that was really cool.
I
Well,
think
the
it would be
house,
cool.
they said
Because
it was just
in the
because
basement, like we had the windows, you could tell at one point that was the level the building was on, was down below, and obviously because the train tracks are there, and that was probably why. But the windows that were like on the inside of the basement, that you could tell, they just built around it.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool to me. That was like, wow.
it was like one of those museums, a little village within a building.
Yeah.
Right,
Definitely.
exactly. Well, like the school, they built around the existing school and built around it. So when it exploded, you saw the other part. And it's like, yeah, because there's like places for windows.
About Bath Township.
Yeah, that's a cool place. You should go sometime. There's not a lot there to see or do, but man, we get responses when we go. in that area, but they're building a new museum on the site, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
But
So
yeah, even Bobby Mackey is the fact that you're getting activity in different locations and different people, you're going on different days.
yeah.
Energy doesn't always stay the same, you
Well,
know.
no, it's not going to stay. Only residual would
Right.
probably do that. But yeah, because we did have. Oh yeah, and I don't expect if we're all having the same experiences, how boring, you know.
Right.
You want Zach to have the really, really scary ones.
Yeah, because he's
And I
actually
want to have
making
the ones
videos.
with the nice little old ladies and say, "Hi, sweetie."
That's
That's
so funny.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
it's
have
true.
lots of videos. We just hoard them.
Right. No, but it's and so you got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, since we last talked to you, and I'm not talking about the family thing. I'm talking about since you were last, where's your favorite place you've been recently?
Recently, that's tough. So I mean, obviously the Joliet prison is up there,
Right.
but besides the
Besides
Joliet,
that one, right.
I'm torn between two, either the Beale Manor in Ohio or Pine Lawn Manor in Sumner, Illinois.
I think
Watch that
one of
video.
them really intrigued me. I can't remember which one.
You said you watched Beale or
One of them. Oh,
Mine, but it was a rehab center.
Pine Lawn Manor? Yeah.
Second one we went to.
that's the one that intrigued me. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Pine Lawn Manor. We got early access to the new building that the guy just bought. Such a great guy. Like, he let us in there. He's like, you guys are kind of one of the first groups. He's like, I wanted to offer it to you guys first. I'm like, I appreciate that. Let's do it. So it was really cool to be able to investigate it. Yeah, the place is just bizarre. Like, it's so active. It's so hot.
Carly.
So when you say rehab, is it a drug rehab place? Drug and alcohol rehab?
Well,
Or
there was a
physical
nursing
rehab?
home. It was a nursing home.
Okay.
On both sides. I think they converted it to a like a drug and alcohol rehab at some point.
Okay.
And then after that went abandoned, that building actually was being ran by a crackhead. So it's just funny how that kind of ends
Great.
up. Yeah. He got booted out of there. The owner is running it now. Yeah, he was screwing people over pretty badly too.
Was he really?
He was renting it out as apartments, and he was getting evicted. Like the landlord was getting evicted, and he kept running it out as apartments. And as he's getting evicted, people are putting the deposit in. They're not getting their deposit back. It was.
Oh my God.
So.
Wow.
He didn't go to jail? They didn't get him?
I have no clue. I don't know.
Oh, that's horrifying. I hate when people do that. They do that a lot. I see on the news where they'll just rent houses out that aren't even theirs. I'm going to start doing it, though, I think. Yeah, we're going to need first and last months. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, but I'm glad that Tony got the property. Like, it's it kind of completes the two halves of the nursing home, because it's like they're right across the street from each other. They were ran by the same people when it was a nursing home, so it's like it completes that piece of the puzzle. Plus, the main building that he had, it didn't have plumbing, it didn't have power, because it's just old building, and the other building did. It had plumbing and power, and he's like, once I get this, that's the final piece of the puzzle for this. Like, it's, it'll be complete. So
now, that one was in Illinois.
Yeah, Sumner, Illinois. It's not very close to me. It's 4 hours south. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that by Bolingbrook?
Oh no! It's like way down. I'm by Bolingbrook. I live like 15 minutes from Bolingbrook.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the other one then. Whatever's down there starts with a B.
Oh, Bill, is that what you're talking about?
Nope. I swear
Oh,
to
the
God,
town.
who knows what I'm talking about? Doesn't matter. But I say somewhere down south there, off the freeway, when we went to go see the eclipse in Missouri, and we stayed in Illinois. Yeah, a few years back. But yeah, I can't remember. See, all these years I've been telling people that's what it was. Well, I was wrong. Bloomington.
Yeah, Bloomington. That's down there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it was. I knew it started with a B.
So you have all these videos previously. Now they're just going to get better and better and longer. And you're going to start getting all this revenue and forget all about us. But
No.
where can people go find you and watch your videos and get to know you?
Well, all the videos are on YouTube. It's all of our investigations.
So Blood Moon Paranormal.
Blood Moon Paranormal. Yep. We post our photos on Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is for updates. Instagram is kind of for updates, and Facebook is for updates. So, but the full investigations are on YouTube. Blood Moon Paranormal. So,
Right.
My
Okay.
son loves watching your videos. My oldest son loves watching your stuff. He doesn't watch ours, so you should take that as a compliment. Because I guarantee you he ain't watching this now, unless he found out you were on.
yeah. I mean, they kind of been getting longer, but it just depends if like what we catch, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah. He said,
for-
what? I'm sorry, Cass.
For our Michigan base, since we're based out of Michigan, and you're our Illinois base, what in Michigan have you done that you've really liked?
well, I love Eloise.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I love that place. That place is
Same little thing.
it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I love that place.
Our most recent episode there, which was we filmed last year, I think. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's probably my favorite episode I've ever released. Like it's
Really?
like I can't explain to you the night that we had Eloise that night just went so perfect. Like it was so perfect. We were able to get there early. They let us in early to do B-roll and photos, and they gave us a tour of the haunted house. Beautiful haunted house, like
Yeah.
so gorgeous. All the detail and stuff like that they do to it. It was just amazing. We did the investigation. We got some great evidence. You know,
Mhm.
the only thing that didn't go good was trying to go up and down the stairs, as you know.
Yeah.
The
That's
fifth,
a
yeah,
workout.
you get a workout,
Yeah,
especially if you
and
have
then-
to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. And then the next day we did the escape room there, and
How was that?
the escape room was incredible. We got out, but it was so cool. Like it was so many rooms, and then we went to Big Boy.
Neat.
So
Neat. The escape room they have an escape room at Eloise now?
they have two of them. Yeah,
Shut up. I would love to do that.
they're both.
You didn't
really
know?
cool.
No, I didn't know. I knew they had the haunted house.
Yeah, I went to
did
the
they-
haunted house. It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I went through it, because we helped with the tours, so
Mm-hmm.
I've been in that area. But walking through their haunted house, I had no idea where I was in that building. Like they
Didn't
masked.
recognize
It
it,
is
right.
so it's pretty awesome, and a lot of jump scares and good artistry. Good.
Yeah, I mean
special.
we didn't get to see like the actors in there and stuff like that. Like none of the animatronics were on or anything like that. But like
Right.
we got to just go through and see all the detail, and like
Yes.
someone who does this and like does the haunted house stuff, like getting to go through and see all of the detail they put into it was just
Yeah.
so incredible. Like it's a beautiful haunted house. Like you could forget the actors in it. Actors are great, but like you could leave the actors out and it's still a beautiful haunted house. Like it's still just fantastic.
Really? Okay.
Like-
I haven't been. And I probably won't. I'm too old for that. I'll probably die in there or something. I'll get scared.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
But what
Pretty cool.
now you've been working. When did you start doing your haunted house stuff? You working in You were at that one place for quite a while. Weren't
Yeah,
you at one place? Yeah.
I started in 2017. I worked at a haunt, and it was close by me because I didn't really drive at the time, so I was able to get a ride there. After that, I
Right.
started working at Evil Intentions, and that was the one that was in the old Elgin Casket Factory. I was
Oh,
trying to
wow.
get you guys out to come investigate it, but it never worked out. I eventually quit there because of some disagreements with the owner,
Uh-huh.
and now I work at the Joliet prison, so which just opened in like 2021. So
Right.
That's what they all say. I worked there too. That's
So
yeah.
that's your like home base then, basically.
yeah, I mean for like not the paranormal stuff, but the haunted house stuff. So
Okay.
I would
But it's
I
the same owner of both, right? Both sides are the same owner.
no different owners. So technically the state of Illinois still owns the whole property.
Oh.
But they lease it out to the city of Joliet, which subleases it out to two separate companies.
Okay.
The main side of the prison is owned by Joliet Area Historical Museum, and then the other side, which is the haunted attraction, is owned by 13th Floor Entertainment Company.
Okay. So the other one just does the main prison, just does the tours.
Yeah.
And the other side is the attraction. Okay.
Correct.
So it's a pretty good haunted house, though.
Yeah. I mean, the sets are really good. I mean, it's in a prison. Like what
I
a
know
better
that
venue,
right
right?
there,
You know?
right. You're right.
So the actors are great. We have 3 attractions on property. So we have the main prison, and then we have a prison yard area. The main prison area is called Ghost Chamber, or Cell Block 13. And you ever see 13 Ghosts, the movie?
Yeah.
That was kind
Yeah.
of the original theming for the attraction. So like there's a mad scientist in there extracting ghosts, and he has these ghosts trapped in there, and there's different themes for these ghosts. And you want to say hello?
Got Amazon package.
Who the heck is that? Oh, it's that girl with a good haircut.
Oh yeah, right. That's called my Amazon.
Oh, it's Chris. I thought it was Emily.
No.
Oh,
Definitely
it's
not.
just you.
It's just me.
Hi,
just made
Chris.
request.
Hi, Chris.
How you? Aunt Dorothy said hello, Chris.
Tell her I love her.
She said she loves you.
I love you too.
She loves you too.
Yep, like a mom should.
How? Shut up, you asshole.
All right, I'm going back up. Bye.
All right, bye, baby. Where'd Shanna go?
I don't know. I don't
Somebody
know, but
ate her.
she wanted to talk a couple times and didn't get to,
Huh?
so maybe she just left. No, no, I don't know if something was happening in her house and she had to step away, or
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe her shirt fell off or something. I don't know.
maybe. It is
So,
Ghostbusters.
well, how are we going to do shot time without her? Just like this. We don't have the thing, but it's shot time, Zach.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I don't have shots, but I got a Bud Light.
You could have poured some in the shot glass. All right. Here we go. I got my amaretto.
Hang on.
Here we go.
Excuse me.
I don't know where the heck she went.
Me.
And I got my Joliet Haunted Prison shot glass.
There
Only
you
do half
go. There you go.
moonshine.
Moonshine. What is that? Real moonshine? I mean, store-bought real moonshine?
No, it's from Tennessee.
I have some of that too. It didn't come in a nice bottle like that though.
It's you ever hear of Brushy Mountain Penitentiary?
No.
It's a penitentiary in
Wait,
Tennessee.
are you SHIE?
Brushy Mountain?
Yeah, I've heard of the mountain, but not the prison.
Yeah, there's a prison out in Tennessee, and they make moonshine in one of the buildings.
I love it.
I was like, it felt appropriate. It felt appropriate.
There she
There she
is.
is. Who the heck were you?
I was trying to
You
fix.
thought you were abducted by aliens.
Trying to fix something, and I didn't want you guys to see me all.
You're always all.
I know, but
Your mom's family. We all know what you look like.
I was here. I just wasn't there.
Yes, Chris. Chris was on.
I even did my shot time.
We already,
Aw, good time.
we did shot time. Did you do yours?
Yep.
Okay.
So you heard Chris. You just didn't see her.
I saw her. Yeah.
So what's your next project, Zach? Do you have one lined up or?
What, like the larger
And do you need
stuff?
an actress? Do you need a middle-aged actress?
Oh man.
You could always throw a
You
shield.
can say you can say, "I'll keep you in mind," and that would suffice.
I'll keep you in mind.
Okay. See, I'm gonna sleep really good tonight.
So obviously we have Project Limestone coming out on October 17th. We have 2 more videos coming out prior to that releasing. So it's just a normal episode. It's not like this large scale documentary like the Joliet prison one is. The studio, it's here in Lockport. It's a bank turned into a bar.
Fun.
So it was a lot of fun to do that one. After that is an episode at the old Joliet Union Station. So a lot of local stuff. I felt like they kind of transitioned into each other really well.
Yeah.
So
It'll lead up. Yeah.
I was like 2 locals
A nice
right
segue.
into the Joliet prison documentary.
I like
in terms of larger scale projects, I do have another one in the works for after this. And, it's gonna. The location isn't as big as the prison, but the scale of the project is
more intense.
pretty large. Yeah, it's more intense for sure. So that'll be.
I am so
next
proud
year.
of you. I am so proud of you. I really am.
Good.
Yeah,
I really am.
for that next one, after Project Limestone, I want to try to shoot for not just a YouTube release. So that's what I'm hoping to do. But
Holy crap.
we'll see.
Like I said, I'm on your coattails. I'll be right there.
Hey, I haven't left
No,
you
you're
guys
gonna
behind.
start
Don't,
doing,
don't worry.
that'd
I haven't
be
left you guys
awesome.
behind.
When are you going to
That'd be
start doing Paracons?
Like going to them or hosting one?
Hosting them and being a
Okay.
speaker at them.
Oh,
So
you can be a speaker of that.
there's a couple of them that I've been invited to speak at. There might be one in November that I'm doing. It's just a lot of that has kind of fallen through in the past, so it just never worked out. It's always
Well, you know, right now it's really hard because I know there's a struggle with a lot of the Paracons because people don't have any money right now.
yeah.
And the people, right, and that's the biggest problem. Who has money to spend on those tickets? And I know that's a big problem because you experienced that, you and Janet, with the one you guys did over the summer. People are having to cancel and stuff because it's just not. But hopefully things will get better.
Yeah, that's why we kind of took the year off of doing conventions in general, because last year we did quite a few, and like they were kind of like good for us. But there was a few of them we didn't really make money back from. Like we went and like we didn't sell any merch, or like Emily didn't sell any prints, and we were like, is it, worth the traveling out here, pay for a hotel, gas, food, all that for something that's not really, we're not really benefiting from. But I think this coming year, I have a better layout of how I want to do it. Like I have a better calendar layout. So I think it's just going to work out better.
Yeah, it's
Good.
Well, they have a huge one here every year in August, the Sault Ste. Marie Paracon.
Sault Ste. Marie is a pretty
And
good one.
I know
Kinda
some
look
of
it up.
these, some of these places, they fly people in that are talking and stuff to get them in here. So if not this year, next year, the bigger one will pay for your transportation.
Is that the one way up north?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
That's the
an
huge
upper
one.
peninsula of Michigan.
Yeah.
There's
I've heard of that
also
one.
one at that's getting there almost as big, and that's the casino by Midland. The Soaring Eagle Casino has a
I didn't know they had a big one there, did they?
Yeah.
And
I
Yeah.
don't know that.
You know, there's not too many out by me that do them. I wish there was some that were closer. But the ones that
Illinois, there's
what was that?
in Illinois, you don't have a lot.
Not too many. A lot of them are a lot smaller. Like they're kind of like smaller ones. My friend Jack Chavez hosts one every couple months, and his are really great. But they just need time to grow. You know,
Yeah.
like they've been growing. I've seen the progress. Like I went to his first one and I went to his most recent one, and the difference between the two is incredible. Like it's definitely growing. It just needs more time, you know.
Right.
And I love Jack. Jack is phenomenal. So I hope it does grow for him. I'm also planning on hosting one next year as well. With that, do I really need the stress added to me? But whatever, I'm
Right.
gonna do it because I've been wanting to do it for a while. So
Okay.
Yeah.
awesome.
There's so much stuff to do. There's so much stuff to do. Hey, have you ever considered coming to do Mackinac Island? That's supposed to be crazy haunted.
I've looked into it. I just don't know what there is there to like investigate in terms of like if anything offers overnights, you know.
Right, right. No, I think you kind of have to. I don't know. I really don't
There's
know.
a lot of elemental things like Willow of the Wisp.
There's a lot of elemental, but I know I watched something one time. When I've read things, I think, yeah, it's a lot of elementals.
Yeah.
And then you can get yourself some Euchre rocks.
So you guys believe in elementals?
I'm on the fence.
Yeah, right.
Janet lives with them, but I don't know.
Janet is
You live
one.
with them? So
But no, I don't. Some, yes, I do. So, Cassie, what happened when we went camping last year?
But
Oh, we talked to Pan.
I did to him.
We talked to Pan. That was the craziest thing I ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
So I was not a believer in elementals until we investigated the prison.
Oh,
Oh, really?
odd place for elementals. Do tell.
I won't go too into detail on it because I kind of want it to be like,
Because it's his documentary.
yeah,
So you do go over it in your documentary.
we do. But I mean,
Wow.
think about it this way, right? We're talking about people digging up limestone from the quarry right behind and putting it as the foundation of this prison. They could be protective of that, you
Right.
know?
I could do
And
that.
all of the energy around it from the limestone, the water that now inhabits the quarry behind it, the train tracks, all of that energy, it kind of feeds into that, right? And yeah, it I do think there is one there. I didn't believe that until the stuff we captured there.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it kind of
I've
makes sense
gone
with
with
what
the camping trip.
so
One thing I'm not sure of, and give me your take on this, Zach, is the fairy thing.
I'm not too sold on that personally, but
I don't think I am either. But there is somebody that's convinced there's fairies on Mackinac Island.
interesting.
We saw him at a Paracon type thing, and
Is it Chris Fleming?
Huh?
Chris Fleming?
Was it you guys?
I'm trying to
Chris,
remember.
it may have been actually.
So maybe it was.
So
Yeah.
Chris Fleming, I got to investigate with him a couple of times, and the Evil Intentions, the old Elgin Casket Factory, he was saying there was fairies there as well, or it was fairies or imps. I don't know. I don't know. He was asking about it, and I'm like, this is a little weird to me. Like I just like ghosts, you know. I just want to talk to ghosts. I don't know about all this extra
Ghost
stuff.
guy.
But I'm like, you do you, man. But I'm gonna talk to ghosts. Like,
Right.
nothing against him. He's a great guy. I like him. So I just the fairy thing.
I don't know about
Right.
fairies either, but you think, okay, so are these just things because these elementals now are in folklore from hundreds of years ago, passed down.
Thousands of years ago.
ethnic people that, different regions, different elementals.
Right.
But my mom told me a story, and she was at my aunt's house in Dearborn, Michigan. She was a little girl. Like my aunt and uncle lived there, her mom and dad. A few people lived in this house together, and she was upstairs, like there was an attic room, and she come down to use the bathroom, and she went to go towards the bathroom, and she said there was like a little gremlin guy crunched up on the floor sitting behind the toilet. And my mom was 40 years old telling me this story, 40 or 50.
Maybe it was a
Her
puckwudgie.
face was like,
Maybe it was a what?
A puckwudgie.
right,
What's that?
something like that. That she talking about it, you could see she was remembering, and it freaked her out, and she didn't use the bathroom, and she was always looking in there after that. Now, was she
Right.
a little girl, and was there a wadded up towel and at the night in the dark,
Yeah.
Or was this shit real? But you hear people, our best friend Renee on Trinity in Detroit, she said they would sleep on the living room floor and they could see little troll-like things lined up on the edge of her dad's boots and up on the curtain rods.
Interesting.
But you're a kid, and then you grow up and you don't see that shit anymore.
Well,
So
that's the thing, though. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So is it the kids are open? They're not told no anymore.
And that's what I think. Kids see more than we do.
Yeah, I mean, and like even going back to like the idea of like an elemental in general, like, like you said, like ethnic beings, like people from back then, thousands of years ago, we don't know if their teaching was, when you passed, you're going to be the protector of this land. And again, they're just people. So what they're doing is they're using all of their energy to protect that land the way that they were taught, so
Right.
whether an elemental is like beyond really just a ghost or if it's just the way they were taught when they die.
Wait, is it just another layer of ghosts? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it could be. Why couldn't it be? When you say it like that, to me, it makes sense that's why I can't say, no, you're crazy, because how can I say you're crazy? I believe in ghosts, right?
So
but what do we have in Detroit? What's that guy's name? The little guy?
Oh, the
Janet, you know, that's Whitney's guy.
Nain Rouge.
Nain Rouge. Look him up, Zach. Nain Rouge.
Nain Rouge. They actually have a parade for him right after St. Patrick's Day. So they have the St. Patrick's Day today, parade, and then it's not a week or two after. It's the Nain Rouge.
Yes,
that's French.
After
Detroit, Michigan, what is a French settlement. So Nain Rouge is the red. Nain is like devil or something. But it's said that before a fire early in Detroit, before the 67 riots in Detroit, whenever there's a bad thing that happens in Detroit, there's several sightings of
this Nain Rouge. And this goes for hundreds of years. The fire she's talking about was when Fort Detroit was burned down. Fort Detroit. So we're talking 300 years ago. There were reports of this. And it's interesting. And they have a parade every year. We keep saying we're going to go, and it's always something else is going on.
You got to go to the parade.
You can't go.
No.
Yeah. Well, this year it was Carol's knee surgery. So.
Oh, yeah, there was that.
You should have just delayed it. You should have just delayed it and just gone.
You're right, Zach. But we'll just go next year. But anyway, it's really, look that up. This is interesting.
Yeah, it is strange.
It is strange. So I would put that as an elemental, correct? You guys?
Maybe.
I would think so.
Do you believe in any cryptids?
Do I?
Yeah.
I
don't.
I mean, I believe in aliens if you count that as a cryptid. I believe in aliens, but I
But
don't.
you don't think there's a Bigfoot?
I don't believe in Bigfoot. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my God.
If anything, I believe in the ghost of Bigfoot, but
Did Did anybody hear this? John came out a little while ago and said he heard on the news that the government released evidence that Bigfoot exists.
I've never heard that.
This just happened today, I guess.
I
I
haven't watched the news today.
been
I
on.
worked all day.
That's what
I
I'm
haven't
wondering.
watched the news today.
Heard anything?
I will
I
say
haven't
though,
heard
my favorite cryptid is Mothman. I will say that.
Oh, the
love
Mothman one?
Yeah.
For some reason, that gives me the freaking creeps every time. And it's like,
We-
is it
One of these road trips, I want to do the Mothman Trail and see what we can find.
We went to the museum recently, actually.
How
we
was
didn't-
it?
in Ohio, right? Or
Yeah, all right.
Pennsylvania?
West Virginia.
I knew it was somewhere.
Yeah, it was all right. You know, the town is really cool. They're adding a lot of Mothman stuff over there. When we went, they were making a Mothman Airbnb and a Mothman escape room. So, I mean, they're going all out with it now. So,
They're buying into it.
Well, hey,
Yep.
whatever brings money in, especially now.
You know what? I think that could be a thing. And I think Bigfoot could be a thing. I believe in Bigfoot before I believe in a fairy. I would.
that's fair. That's fair. I get it. I don't know. I'm not like,
Bigfoot to me, we have so much forest land in this country that you can't say when we were in not West Virginia, Southern Ohio, on the border of West Virginia, I said it was so funny. I'm like, we were driving, I'm like, this is where you could find Bigfoot. And because it was nighttime too. And the motel we ended up staying in, Janet said something or I said something, and she goes, "Oh, it's funny you should say that because that's where, remember the Mountain Monsters show? They were looking for Bigfoot, and that's where they would stay when they were filming." And I had no idea though.
it's funny.
But
Yeah,
it was
no, I
so,
mean, there
how
was
do you can't explore everything? Why is it so hard to believe? How can you believe in an alien? And I'm not judging you, but how can you believe in an alien, not Bigfoot? What's the difference?
I mean,
Proof.
we've been on Earth for a long time, and we have not been in space for a very long time. You know, and there's proof that there's life out there.
Fuck. Mom, where are you?
What? Did she fall? Can she get up?
Oh, what did you get? I wasn't going to either. Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's such thing as a mute button. Like Janet did, Carol. Mute it. Take yourself off. Nothing's better
Oh,
than
I'm
Teresa
so
driving
sorry.
in her car.
I thought she was screaming. She was sneezing.
You're sneezing?
I am so sorry.
You're all good.
You want-
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, the universe is so unexplored, and there's proof of other life out there. I mean, the government's even dropped like documents showing that UFOs have been here. You know, so there's more proof for me there than there is for Bigfoot. A lot of those videos and pictures. It's
Well, when
tough.
I get married, when you get married and I bring him to your wedding, we'll talk.
I
He'll
mean,
live my
there is
my friend.
there is another cryptid that I kind of started believing in recently, and
Cool.
it's kind of an experience that we had. So we were at this sanatorium. It was in West Virginia, on the border between Virginia and West Virginia, and there's this mineral spring down there, and it's like a pool, so it's like a natural spring. And by the spring, there's like kind of like a small forested area, a large field, and then a bigger forest
That's the
behind
one
that.
we want to go to, and I forget the name.
Sweet Springs?
Yes.
Yeah. So we were down there by the mineral spring, and we kind of weren't getting too much. We were kind of quiet. And we're in Appalachia, and Emily goes, "You should whistle." And I'm like, okay. So I go, and next thing you know, me and the guy that I was standing next to, we hear a scream from the wooded area. And we're like, nope, nope. And he starts walking that way. And I'm like, no, dude, no. Stay over here. If skinwalkers are real, that's a skinwalker. So
Yeah.
stay over here.
So could skinwalkers be Bigfoot? Could Bigfoot be a skinwalker?
It's possible, right?
See? Could be.
Yeah, but it was the weirdest thing. Like the scream sounded distant, but it sounded close, if that makes
Well,
sense. Like
too
it sounded
close
like
for me. Exactly. If something
Yeah, but in the Appalachian Mountains, you have those old mountain people that have lived there and are blendable and
yeah. I don't know. It was weird. I've never had something like that happen before in an investigation.
and
So I
here's
was
the
like,
thing, right? If it gives you the creeps, and here's the thing, if something gives you the creeps, I camped in the woods for a long, long time. And I wasn't afraid of everything. I mean, you got used to certain noises and certain sounds and when you hear something that makes you go, you've got to listen to it.
yeah.
To me, it's like, okay, I've been coming up here for 20 years and I've never heard that before. And maybe I'm wrong, but we're going to err on the side of caution.
Yeah. It was weird.
so
Okay.
this question is to everybody. I'm wondering because we've all been investigators for years, what one thing, if you can narrow it to one thesis or a hypothesis or something you're just starting to pay more attention to as fact or want to explore more, because mine is interdimensional. The more investigating I do, I want to know why certain spirits come dressed from the 1800s, and like is there time portals? I'm really getting interested in that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you guys, or do you have a comment on time portals and interdimensional stuff?
I've never really thought about that, Cass.
That's been
Um,
for the last like 6-8 months. That's really, I think back of things and
I
seeing
think
that
if I'm
spirit.
intrigued by something, it would be elementals. Because that's not anything I thought about until the past few years. I never thought about that before, except for Name Rouge. And I just thought he was a short red leprechaun, okay?
Right.
But besides it, I never really thought about it. I always thought of fairies and gnomes and all these things being make believe. But
Yeah.
maybe they're not.
In terms
But
of
yeah, that's something I think I would like to explore more to answer that question for me. Is it legit or not? Or
I mean, in terms of
if I look more into it, would I believe it more? You know what I mean?
the time travel stuff, that's something that I've talked to a lot of people about that, because there's a lot of investigators out this way that kind of look into that theory a lot. And it's interesting because they'll be like, okay, so what we're talking to is people from the past. People from the past might be interacting with us and think
Exactly.
we're the ghost.
Exactly.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
So it's time travel in a sense, sure. But
Why
it's kind of
not?
like that thin line of like, it kind of passes, you know?
Well, that's where I really started thinking about it when we did that Memphis pub, and that old woman who
Yeah.
manifested to me as solid as you guys are on the screen. And she showed up. I was talking to the team, and when you're talking to people, you're looking back and forth at everybody. And then I panned to the left, and there's this older lady there, like 80s, or maybe she was 40. We're talking back in the day. People looked older.
People look older than I guess.
But she had, the higher collar, very modest, the small flower print, very simple cotton material, her hair up. She was the fitting bill from that time period. And she looked at me dead at me and just had her hands folded in front of her and smiled and then was gone. So she freaking acknowledged me. So are they where they're at? Can they see us better? Like, was she just watching and just for that brief
Or did
moment
you look at her when she looked at
manifested?
you? Did it appear the same way? Did you appear to her like she was
Right,
there and then she was gone? Maybe you did
right.
the same thing to
That's what
her.
I want to
Because
know. That's
how
what's
often do they
intriguing.
say? They say that ghosts are all around us all the time. We're in parallel universes. So if we're parallel, boop, I just hit that ghost in the face, right? I
Right.
could have, but why couldn't they see?
That's
Well,
why sometimes when
they're
I'm doing
interacting with
spirit
us.
box
They're
sessions,
interacting so they can see us.
well,
So,
sometimes when I do spirit box sessions, when we're doing them, I start asking timeline and historical and telling them that we're in the year 2024. How many times did we get what after that? Like,
Yeah,
what
you're
year
right.
are you in? You know?
But that could also be from the time they passed. You know what I mean? It's an interesting theory to explore, though. It really
Right.
is because
So,
What are your thoughts on it, Janet?
But then we're going into the theory too of what if we're just pawns in a game?
I decided to
Harold,
start
Zach asked Janet a
uh,
question. Hold on.
the movie The Others.
Right.
See
Right.
that? Where are they perceiving us as ghosts? Or
Right. Yeah. And that brings up that whole question right there.
yeah,
Which
Are
is
they? They
why
might
we
be
do
smiling
what
at you
we
because she's like,
do.
holy crap, I just saw a ghost and she's smiling. And, yeah, I mean, it could have been the same reaction for both of you.
Right.
And maybe the two universes kind of just collided.
What if it's yourself from the future or the past? What if it's
Shut
yourself?
up, Zach. You're going to make my head explode.
I was not that short or ever that skinny.
That's fair. I get it. I get it. I gained some weight recently too. I get
But
it.
how do you not? Right, though. If we're talking time travel, why couldn't it be you in the future?
And so here's another tangent. So the more we start exploring things, and now there's this whole, if you're into it or pay attention, I got my feelers and everything. There's this awakening movement where people are awakening. And if you're of senses, you're getting these downloads, and a lot of people are getting the ringing in the ears. And if everything's energy, how do we even know they're ghosts? Or that's what that person, their energy that has passed comes back and it manifests. That's the term we put on what's happening. But it could just be when they pass, their energy is still floating around. They're not a ghost at all, but their energy is still here as they were sometimes, and maybe they can come in and out because we don't know what happens in the afterlife. And is it energy? You have your religious beliefs, you go to heaven or hell, or limbo, or purgatory, or here or there.
Reincarnation?
But if you're just energy and you're floating around and you're always this essence, are you still here? You know?
There's so many unknowns. There's
Right.
so many unknowns we don't know. And I guess we won't
Tough.
know for sure till we're
Janet, I
done.
think you need to be closer to your mic. You don't have a loud voice to talk over.
Yeah, Janet.
can you hear me now?
I can,
Yeah.
but you're quiet.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to you ramble.
Well,
No,
I always go ahead.
but we should let Zach go. It's been an hour now. And but give us an update or a recap of how to get a hold of you and where we can see the video and
For
all
sure.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's Project Limestone. It's a documentary coming out by us onto Blood Moon Paranormal. It's our YouTube channel. It's about the old Joliet prison. It's a large-scale documentary, multiple nights, very, very in-depth history. We talked to a historian from the Joliet prison, as well as a couple of other people, including a former guard there.
Okay.
So it's crazy. The ending, can't talk about it too much yet, but it is very,
Nope.
very emotional. Very
Yep.
emotional.
Cool.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it's
But-
October what?
October 17th, Project Limestone on Blood Moon
17th.
Paranormal. So,
All right.
Sweet. Well,
And then you-
congratulations on all your success, and as
Thank you.
always,
Yeah,
thanks
you
for
are
keeping
doing
us
beautiful.
in your loop and
Absolutely.
staying close.
absolutely.
Right. No, good luck to you and everything you do. And
Thank
we're
you.
going to be right behind you, especially me because I'm going to be hanging on. And
Say hi to the rest of the team and Emily.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
say hello
Sure.
to everyone. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us. And
Thank
wait,
you for
what is your
having
website again? Tell them.
My website,
Yeah.
Blood Moon Paranormal
Okay. And you can see every episode they've ever done, correct?
on YouTube. Yep.
Yep. And they have some homegrown ones on there. Six
That's right,
Precinct,
local.
Four Leaves.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Zach, for coming on with us.
Thank you.
Sorry, my
All
dog.
right. Good night, babe. Love you.
All right. You have a good night.
Good night. Talk to you guys
Night.
later.
Good night.
All right. Are we
Dang,
staying
you
on?
cut that off right like that.
Are we cutting
What?
out? Are we cutting out?
Well,
We're
we're
so-
still live.
We're still live.
We're still live.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing the show and not going live. So, okay, we're still live.
We're still live.
I
All
thought
right.
we were behind for a minute.
So you want to do one last shot to the new season of Ghost Buds?
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you all for joining us. You know, on my phone, I'm not seeing our chats. Oh, that was on Facebook, I guess.
No, it's
Wasn't
what?
it? I don't know. I don't know why I'm not seeing the chats.
I was trying to get on the chat, but guys, we haven't been on, and now I have a new phone number, and I have to do a bunch of behind the scenes stuff to get on the comments now from my
I don't
end.
even know how to get there from here, apparently. Okay, here we go.
I just did.
Yeah, she's way late. So, what's our next one, Jan?
Yeah, what's coming up?
We're going on a road trip.
Road trip.
We're on
Road trip.
a road trip. So
Is it
I
like
say-
Road Hill?
so there is no guests or anything, but I say
It's
wherever
us
we
on
are
our road
at
trip.
9 a.m., we just go live and we tell them where we
That's what
are.
we do.
Yeah.
And where will we be? Oh, I know where we'll be. Okay, never mind. Flashback. Yeah, we're going on a road trip.
We'll keep it a secret.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
So if you want to
Yeah.
see where
Are we going to go live at any point on our road
That's what
trip
she
all
just said.
weekend?
That's
But I
what she said.
Okay.
something. Make sure it's 9 o'clock one.
So you got to talk about her.
Even if we're stuck in the car,
We
Right.
won't be.
we'll show you where we're at.
We'll show you where we're at.
They seen the
Even if
episode
we're in
last.
jail, we'll show
If
you
they
where we're
seen our last live with Mark, or with the Mark and Joe from the Mark and Joe show Insane Asylum, we were
Let's
just
hope
in my kitchen. They can see what morons we are.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
I'm sure in a car will be no different.
Not much. Be a little more sober in the car.
We
Well,
shouldn't
yeah.
be in the car by that time, anyways.
Yeah, I don't want to be
We
at
shouldn't
9
be
o'clock.
in the car by then.
We ain't done that since we went to Gettysburg.
No, I know. Well, no.
Done
We went
a
to-
Ghost Buzz.
Huh? Oh, on Ghost Buzz. Okay. Never?
That was the only one we ever did on during a road trip.
Oh, well, we got to do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Look, guys, it'll be fun. Sign in. Like and follow our Phenomena Paranormal Investigators page.
Phenomena.
PPR.
Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Oh, let's do our Brady Bunch.
We need a few more people.
Right.
We can do it with the three of us.
say
I
we
gotta
can-
figure out which way to turn to look at Janet. There.
No.
All right, bye guys.
All right.
See you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Toodles.